Hello, hello guys, it's Girl Got Game, and we're now in our boy Adage's route, but now we're gonna try and get INES's extra bad ending. So, we are currently at this status with Adage, so we're pretty far into his route, I believe? What was the context of this? Okay, this is about ruffling Adage's hair. We're getting, like, affectionate and stuff. You have no social graces was like the good thing to tell him when he's like, I don't understand you. But now we're gonna say, please tell me, which we've done in another bad ending. And then we'll just continue skipping ahead till the next choice. Hi, Finn. We saw you kill a person. That wasn't very smart. Okay. So I have to once again talk about having met Finn. This is going to be for one of the other ends. I don't know what is actually going to change things. Okay. This is an option we haven't picked yet. So here's where we start really making some changes. This is about... Okay, so he gave us a gun. That's right. Are you sure about giving me a gun? This could be a bad idea. This was a neutral option. Interesting. Are you sure? Adage had pinched my cheek. Ow! What are you doing?
I've told you before that you shouldn't ask that.
Oh.
I did, right? I remember it, so I did.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Adage sighed and let go of my cheek.
Just take it. Here.
Okay. Thank you, Adage. Adage nodded encouragingly, and I put the gun into one of my pockets. Thanks for the cheek pinch, I guess. And the nod of encouragement. Okay, well, time to confront dear old Dad, who is still the worst. And I have to say, I'm sorry. Which is a definite down for our boy. And then we have one more option, which I think I've picked before as well. So it's just the, are you sure? Everything else is the same good ending-wise. And then a bunch of stuff from another bad ending, except for one choice that's a neutral. And that affects whether we get one of INES's endings. Curiouser and curiouser. What exactly? Are we gonna be in the prison cell? Adage is gonna, like, die to his dad, and so INES comes and lets us out? I don't know. I just don't know. So this is the last choice we have to make. I'm gonna have to, like, stop it for a sec, because I want to see where we ended up motion-wise. Okay, a little over half, maybe. So now we get to see how this shakes out, what's changing. Hi, Priscilla, by the way. Nice to see you, as always. Oh, we changing? An Adage perspective. Okay. Okay, let's find out what's going to go on here.
I was in the cafeteria of the Hounds building and eating. As Glissad's assistant, I was permitted there. I had washed my hands several times, but felt as if they still carried the smell of Priscilla. I couldn't get the sensation of touching her body out of my mind. It made me sick. And it's not just about me. Cyrus is also just a tool for Glissad. I had been jealous of Cyrus and the affection that Glissad had shown her time and time again. But that was just because he needed her. She's fodder for his research. Cyrus is partly to blame for talking to him about her blood type, but if he hadn't created Priscilla, then none of this would have happened. He wouldn't have come here, and all those people would still be alive. How many more will die before that monster moves again? Can I ignore that? Can I really ignore that? Excuse me. INES. Word had gone out to all the men in the hounds that I was Glissad's assistant. They treated me like I was one of their own now. INES especially was being friendly. He always talked to me when he saw me. What's wrong? You need to eat. Eat. You're too thin. I'm normal. You should be more worried about eating too much. You're huge. Not at all. I'm normal. INES began to eat. I tried to eat as well, but I couldn't. Is something wrong? Well, I guess that's why you're here. If you want to talk, here I am.
Did we just switch back to Cyrus's point of view now? I wonder if he's like, look, you gotta get her out of here. There's a monster in there, you just get her out of here. I'm gonna take him down. I had no idea how much time had passed. I had lost my sense of time. There was no sunlight. It could have been night or day. How long will I be in here? Until I die, no doubt. Glissade was after my blood. He wasn't going to let me out he wasn't going to let me out other than to get it. I wish he'd kill me quickly then. The uncertainty was painful. Someone is coming. Maybe it's Adage.
You're being released.
Serena's. Why are you here?
Like I said, to release you.
But... Serena's dropped to one knee and inspected me.
You seem weakened, but you can probably walk. Follow me.
That's kind of neat. The follow me is also a callback to Adage's ending title name in INES' root. Ah! Follow you? Why?
An odd question. Do you like this cell so much you wish to stay?
No, I'm leaving.
Then follow me. Don't waste our time.
Okay. Where am I going? The light outside was bright and painful. I found it hard to walk. Serena's walked more slowly to accommodate my constitution. I was grateful for that. But why... I hadn't expected to be let out alive. Serena's... What happened? Why am I being released?
It's not something I want to talk about within anyone's earshot, but... Adage testified against Glissade, who was then executed.
What? I feel like I missed some very important steps between the scene with you and then that. So it was like, was Adage executed or Glissade executed? Because I would believe Adage being executed. Testified?
Yes. He was arrested for killing criminals in pursuit of some personal quest, and Socks executed him this morning.
Okay, so Socks personally executed Glissade. I really thought... I mean, I wondered. I had, like, the feeling that Socks kind of knew what Glissade was doing and didn't really care because he needed a doctor anyway. Maybe that was a deal that Adage made. He's like, look, I know you need a doctor, so I will take his place, but I'm testifying that he's doing all this stuff. And so Socks like, okay, I don't like Glissade anyway because he creeps me out with his corpse that's stinking up the place.
It seems he was experimenting with artificial life, cutting up their corpses and reattaching them. An insane story.
Soxon knew nothing about his research?
So I hear. Why?
Nothing. Can that really be? That the commander of the hounds doesn't know it when someone is gathering corpses? Did he execute him anyway? Of course, I was never going to be able to ask him that. I nodded in agreement. All deaths are a tragedy, but I thought of the mountain of corpses he had left behind and judged it a fair punishment, at the very least. What's going to happen to Adage with Glissade gone? He was the only reason for his existence. Oh, right. Adage. Sir INES, what about Adage? Is Adage all right? He must be depressed.
Well...
We haven't known each other for long, but I think he must be. Glissade was very important to Adage. This must be very difficult for him. He's dead, isn't he? What's wrong? Why won't you tell me? I had a bad feeling. My heart told me to stop asking questions.
Adage...
It's all right. I'm sure he's fine. He will recover from his depression.
Cyrus.
Tomorrow he will be his old self again. No, today. I mean, he's free now.
Adage is dead.
That can't be true.
Adage was executed as well.
But... No, that can't be.
I wouldn't lie about it. I wish it wasn't true, but it is. He had no part in the murders, but he begged for this outcome, saying that he had a hand in the research. Glissade Roselite and Adage Roselite were both executed this morning by Saxon Brandenburg's own hand.
Oh. Roselite. So that was Adage's name. I like that in all that time she never put two and two together. Like, wait, if Glissade's his father, 1 + 1 must equal 2.
Yes, it was.
I didn't even know that. We talked so much, but I knew so little about him.
That's how it is. We don't allow the criminals their last names.
Adage Roselite. Maybe if I had come to know him better, he would have told me his last name.
Maybe. He's gone now. We lost a good man.
Interesting. So, why did Saxon then decide... Did he just really not know what Glissade was up to? Maybe he didn't care about the corpses, but then once he found out what the corpses were for, he was like, nope, I draw a line here. Because now they have no doctor. It just seems very strange. Nothing has changed here. Everything was just as it had been when I'd left. I'm back. Adage, I'm back. He didn't answer, of course. He wasn't going to welcome me back. I knew that perfectly well, but I still had to try. Aw, man, INES was there for that. Oh, please, my heart. Sir INES watched me in silence. Oh. There was a sheet of paper on the table. All it said was, I want to eat Cyrus's horrible cooking. Yeah, you're right, Cyrus. He never even tried our horrible cooking. How does he know? Baka. Dum-dum. The worst. Ugh. The worst right to the end. It's so funny. An insult makes me cry. Freaking Adage. Horrible cooking. You never tried it. You're just saying this because I never made anything. I'll be a great cook one day. I want to show him how well I can learn to cook. But he's gone. So now I'll never be able to, will I? He's not going to eat it. I began to cry. I couldn't stop the tears.
Cyrus.
Serena's couldn't ignore this. He embraced me. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. Adage asked me to look after you now that he's gone.
So he asked you... Man, I got my endings mixed up. So Adage asked you to look after Cyrus, not the other way around. Adage did?
Yes. He was a lonely man. He said himself that he had nobody else to ask this from, even though we hardly knew each other. Tell me if there's anything you need in the days to come.
Thank you. I wiped my tears away and looked up at Serena's. If he was so worried about me, he shouldn't have died. He always called me an idiot, but in the end, he was the idiot. Ted. What a fool he was.
Yes. He was a fool if there ever was one.
Get hecked, Adage. We're not speaking respectfully of the dead in this house. Adage's body had already been disposed of. Damn, they move fast. I couldn't look at him one last time. I mean, better to remember him for what he was, not what he looked like at the end. According to Sir INES, the sight was rather gruesome. Well, I mean, it was Saxon. Still, I would have preferred to see his body. It made me a little sad. But I had to survive. Adage had saved my life, so I had to live. I lived in the house he had left behind, my eyes set on the future. Oh, right. I didn't even think... I didn't even stop to think about the fact that we didn't actually get Ines' picture yet. Well, she looks chipper, you know? That's good.
I've come to see how you're doing.
I'm doing well. As a doctor, I ought to know that I'm healthy. Yo, wait. Girl, you did not... Girl... You can't just, like, take over someone's practice off of nothing. What did you... Were you paying more attention during this route than I realized? What kind of doctor are you? How long has it been? I have questions.
Learning to be a doctor. You can't do much, can you?
No. You're right. I'm not nearly as good as Adage, but I can treat some simple illnesses and mix simple medicine. Girl, that's still super impressive. Be proud of yourself.
It's alright. He went to university just to study this. There are obvious limits to self-study.
Yes. But I'll try to do what I can. Adage left a lot of literature behind. It's amazing when you think of it. Look how many books he managed to find in the Sanctuary District where simply surviving is hard enough.
That shows you how much being a doctor was part of life for him.
I wish he taught me more when he was still alive. Well, he's dead now. What can I do? Will you eat with me one of these days?
The food was horrible when I ate here last time. Has it gotten better?
Yes, it's much better than it used to be. I'm quite sure I'm improving.
Alright. Looking forward to it.
I can't believe I'm cooking for Ines in Adage's old house. This is redonkulous. I was still neither a good cook nor a good doctor, but that also meant I still had a lot of room to grow. One day I was going to perish and be reunited with those from my past. I wanted to be able to tell them that my skills had improved. I will work hard and survive. Just you wait, Adage. I'll tell you that you missed out on some glorious cooking, you baka. Can't believe that was your goodbye message to me. How dare you? This boy. Ugh. Okay, okay. First of all, that message made me cry actual tears. Second of all, why was INES' bad ending the only one that was pleasant? There wasn't even an after-credit scene with INES, like, dying in the Heights horribly, or hearing that he died horribly in the Heights, or that Saksun was like, yo, you up to no good. I'm throwing you in jail. Finn didn't come and kill me. We didn't die in, like, an earthquake, or fire, or anything. We just went and lived our life with Adage and Ines' extra bad ending. Well, not Ines' extra bad ending, but Adage's extra bad ending and Ines' route. It's very complicated. Anyway. And then this. Why did he... He worked with his dad for, like, I don't know, a month, a couple months, something? And he felt like that made him guilty enough? He shared enough guilt in what he was doing with that to just also deserve death? I don't... The one thing that does not make sense about that is I don't understand Saksun being so willing to kill Glissade just because Adage testified against him. Other than, like, Saksun was probably creeped out. It was just like, nah. But I feel like he would have made it a stipulation that Adage would have to replace his father, because the Hounds needs a doctor, and doctors are so few and far between to be sent down there. Like, there's a lot of death down below in the Sanctuary District, and just random limbs cut off and what have you. So I'm like, how are you guys going to survive without a doctor? I was half expecting at the end when Cyrus was like, yeah, I'm a doctor now, and I work for the Hounds. Just to be like, what? Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Alright, well, we'll see if there's a after credits scene for this one. I don't expect there to be, which probably means there will be. Alright, what you got for me, game? We copacetic now? We all good? We're all squared away. Oh. Hmm? Okay. I'm like, that's a very long loading screen. Okay, no. No, 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 no. Alright, Inez, what was your extra bad ending called? Roselite. Alright, well, I guess that is appropriate. We're at 86% now. Look at that. Okay, so that should mean your gallery is done, Inez. I'm like depressed from that ending. There we go. Happy little girl. We love to see her. So with that being said, I am now going to move on to our other list. So there's 4. We're going to do 3 of them, because one of these is the grand end. We're going to leave that for after Finn's route, for obvious reasons. So yeah, we've got 3 additional bad ends that were hidden amongst these boys that we're going to go and see with our girl Cyrus. So that'll be our next order of business. But for now, thank you guys for joining me for Ines' extra bad ending. And yeah, we'll see what bad ends are in store for us tomorrow. Until then, guys, I will see you later.